So today is my redemption day because it's another test day and I'm doing the multi-pour spout thingy again because again, I have to redeem myself and show you that I'm good at things. I can totally do things. Like I'm good at all of the things except for pull-throughs because they're still stupid. So yeah, there's your little teaser for what the video is about, and we're going to talk more about it in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 21 of 365 days of soap, and today is another test day, and I am tackling the multi-divider spout pour acrylic thing again, because the first two attempts were thick and not fun, and I'm still convinced that this is going to give you like a kiss pour without having to layer it into two individual spout nozzles and then pour. Yes, so this is my thinking. And so we're doing it again today. And you know, spoiler alert, it totally worked. Now I decided to stop using, scents that I had not tested in this, since I do want to actually see what the technique is and what it can look like in a slab mold using this acrylic pourer. And two, there is no two. Stop testing. I don't remember what the two was, so we're just gonna move on. Anyway, so I ended up going with the lavender mint blend that I love so very much, and it is part of my lavender bar that I had for many, many years in the line, and I then discontinued it. So bonus, it will be back and available for a limited time, after I play with this. So let's go to the video and we will talk more about the pour and all the things, there, and watch me be good at all of the things. Okay, redemption day, and there's I need to wipe that out again, but it's still reasonable, it's still fine. Everything's great with this multi-whatever. And I decided to redeem myself by using a scent that is beautiful in cold process 100% of the time. And so I'm doing my lavender mint blend for this to show you, what actually can be done with this. Because I still maintain that this is going to be a cool way to do a kiss pour. That, I guess, technically speaking, because with a kiss pour, which not emulsified yet. Nope. See how it's breaking up there? We're not there. Keep mixing. I guess it's time to do another kiss pour, but we did those during the Amy Warden Soap Challenge, and you take essentially the two long spout containers and, however many colors you want, and you layer them in like a faux funnel pour. You layer in your colors into each of the long nozzled, pour spouts in like a faux funnel, and then you take those two filled containers and then pour them into your slab mold at the same time with like the two ends kissing each other. The two nozzles, spouts, things. And that actually does take a fair amount of time to load your two containers after, separating everything out and coloring it and all that jazz. So this tool would be useful, I think, for a quick and dirty kiss pour. This is my thinking. I'm sure there are other cool, awesome things that you can do with it, and I'm sure the Soapprentice will figure out those things because she's good at figuring out all of the things. But that's what I'm trying today. And I'm just going to try it with 3 colors because normally my lavender bar is green and white, and the lavender bar I discontinued last year or maybe the beginning of this year. I don't remember, but it was in my line for years and years and definitely a bestseller. I just really got tired of making it. And so now I'm going to make it today and insert a lavender color because, you know, purple. Why not? I like purple. And so my thinking is on this, I'm going to just fill up just in 3s, like green, white, purple, the 6 compartments. And since the batter should be fluid enough, because I'm not playing with scents that I've never worked with before and I know it's not going to accelerate, I should also be able to refill this container. Because remember, I said this container only holds about 30-ish ounces. And this is a 56-ish ounce batch of soap, which means it's not all going to fit in. So what do you do with the rest of it? Well, I'm thinking if your batter is fluid enough, you should have no problems refilling it and continuing on with your pour. So that's what I'm hoping for today. So yeah, again, this is my thinking, and we're gonna play with it. And as you can see with how super short this video is, it's a pretty short process if you have nice fluid batter. So there's that. Unfortunately, I'm still a disaster. Like, I can't pour straight to save my life. And also I'm pouring with my left hand to get it in the shot. But also on break, I broke my right hand, and so I can't really grip things anymore. That hasn't really healed. But it's mostly, I'm just a disaster. That's the real reason, really. Now, I stopped this at just emulsification, so this is a very thin batter. And it's giving me plenty of working time to get everything into the container to do the pour thing. And you know, it's not too bad. There's not a lot of spillage from one shit. Cool. This is my life. I bet I put that, got it on the outside. My God. You know what? Let's go pour this thing and I can stop. Yeah. Okay, and onto the pour. And I'm literally just going to pour it right there, right in the middle, just like you do with the kiss pour. You can totally see that would make a lovely kiss pour, especially if you got all 6 of the compartments in, 6 different colors. But even with the 3, that's cool. You got the green coming out on the side, the white and the purple. That's delightful. Look at that. That totally works. And it's empty. And so I'm going to refill it and continue pouring right there in that middle spot too, and see what it does. But this is kind of a cool little tool for, something like a kiss pour. And for those of you who may not have seen the other divider test thingies, this is take 3. And the only reason I'm doing this is because, I don't know, because soapers like to have a lot of opinions that don't make sense to me. And so I like to test them. And so when there are things that don't make sense to me, I test. And the whole premise around this little divider tool was that you can't use it because 3D printed plastic and the caustic soap batter will eat through it and it'll end up with a big old mess on your counter. And actually, luckily, at some point on some of these forums, people that run 3D printing businesses came out and was like, actually, that's not really true, because we can print these in, whatever plastic rating number it's supposed to be. So, you know, just I would love it if people would just stop. Like, I still have to go back to, have you seen what people use to pour their soap? Your soap is only in this container for like, you know, 3 minutes, if that. And I've been mean to this thing too. I'm actually not even following the directions that it said to use for like cleanup and stuff. Like, don't use hot water. Well, I use scalding hot water, and I fill that thing up all of the way with scalding hot water multiple times to make the soap dissolve so I can get it all out. But also, the cleanup on that is not fun, and I do recommend getting a bigger little scrubby brush thing than what it was sent with, because that was kind of shit. Let's check out the cut. And on to the cut, and look how pretty that green ended up being. It was looking kind of like pea soup green in the pour, but it really came out and held its own really beautifully. So I love that for sure. And you know, there it is. Like, obviously we'll cut it because we do that, but you kind of have an idea of what they all look like without being cut, just because it's right there in front of you, and that's cool. But it's a cute little tool. That's fun. If you can get the right consistency of your batter, yeah, you can totally do some fun things. And the bonus of all of this is I now have a stock of the lavender bars. I mean, like a little teeny tiny stock, like 12. So I'm actually probably going to message one of my OG sudsers that I make custom lavender bars for her. She just messages me and asks if I have any in stock, and I'm like, no, but I'll make you some, and then just send her however many she wants, because I love her. But I'm gonna message her and be like, I have 12 lavender bars in stock, do you want? And you know, she's probably gonna take them all, so it's not really a stock. But the Soapprentice is probably going to want to play with this too, and there's always a reason to have lavender bars in stock, so she might play with that and change up the colors and all the things. It's like I was talking about in the comments on, you know, a video a couple weeks ago. That's cool. That looks neat. I like that little liney line thing on the top, for sure. Yeah, in the comments on a video I was chit-chatting with the sudser a few weeks ago, and they were sort of bemoaning how they can never make a soap look exactly the same every single time. It's like, yeah, no, you can't. But if it smells the same and has the same oils and stuff in it, then it is the same soap, you know? And, you know, customers sometimes are okay with that and other times they're not. So, you know, it's a thing. But yeah, no, that was actually a really fun, really short little pour with this. And I like that. And now I am interested. Oh, I love that bar. I am interested in seeing what the Soapprentice does for hers, because you know that she's going to want to do this now too, and of course she's going to figure out an even cooler way to do this in a slab pour. But I wanted to see if it would work as a kiss pour, and it super does. It would make the kiss pour a whole lot easier, and that is my redemption day, day 21. See, I can do things. I'm great at things sometimes, but you know, that time it totally worked. And yeah, it does. It absolutely looks like a kiss pour, and so that's cool if you don't want to waste dirty 2 dishes. But the cleaning out of the dividers, I would probably still just take the extra time to build the colors into individual long nozzle pourers and then clean out those, because that doesn't take as long as cleaning out the little individual cavities. So there's that. The batter actually stayed really fluid throughout this entire pour though, so to that, cleanup was not too bad with this one. So, you know, really fluid soap batter into this, you can get a nice kiss pour. I love that. Now the Soapprentice will definitely be playing with this too. I want to see what else she can do with it and see what other sort of variations we can do within pouring into a slab with this little tool before we move on to a loaf. So, you know, look out for that video in a couple weeks. I'm sure she will put it on her list and she will start scheming. Yes, if you are interested in this soap, you actually can find it on the website right now at soapandclay.com. It is called the Lavender Bar. And so I am bringing back one of my sudser favorites for a limited time. So that's awesome. If you are interested in, you know, seeing what else we do for the channel and all the things, you know the drill. Subscribe, Thank you. That would be awesome. I would appreciate that immensely. For those of you who have subscribed, hey, I appreciate you immensely. Thank you so much for being a sudser. That is truly epic, and I'm glad you are here on the soapy ride with me. I am out of here for today. I appreciate you joining me for another round of 365 days of soap, and I will see you tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.